When you have the light, when you're highly vibrated, folks, you realize that you're in a bigger fight, so to speak, right? The society at large is really about surviving in a reality where there's a bigger fight between negative energy and positive energy. I stated to you in so many videos that the way that we think is due to our dysfunctional natures as humans. Many of us suffer from narcissistic problems where we want to suppress other people because we're so low in our hearts, in our vibration. See how that's connected? That we want to do things irrationally in all ways, dysfunctional minds. Now, this channel was devoted and dedicated to talking about reason, right? And why people do the things they do, and understanding, what took these people, what brought these people to the places that they are. I was about to shoot this video, and I was looking into the camera for a moment, and I had a complete stranger walking by stop and just stand there and stare at me. And I looked up and noticed this person, and we looked eye to eye, and they didn't break their stare. And I'm trying to show you that logical reasoning, right? If you're intruding in another person's space or their privacy or something, then you should realize, and you're within that reasoning, that you're in the wrong and that you're infringing on another person's space. In a dysfunctional mind, there's a blurred line between you and another person. That's why we talk about this in narcissism, or with it. The average narcissist, and this is how you know that there's a bigger fight going on, folks. For whatever reason, a complete stranger, I'm not doing anything strange. I'm not, I don't stand out in any type of way. I'm just talking on the phone. Could actually be having a conversation with another person, based on the technology that we have these days. But this person, because lower energy is in an opposing force, opposed to me, because I deal with the Most High, then these people are attracted. And I want you guys to understand that this is all about energy. I talk about this all the time. In many of your situations, whether it be these workplaces, we'll get to something about that in a minute, but these workplaces, your family lives, because these are the things that take you to clinical depression in some cases, right? You're dealing with darker, negative energy. You're dealing with this every day. And when you have that light, it's all designed to snuff your light. Now just think about how uncomfortable you would feel if you were somewhere, doing something, and someone just stopped in the middle of what they were doing and just stood there and stared you down. Did not break their stare at all when you noticed them. A rational person would reason, well, I shouldn't be staring at this person. You see what I'm trying to show you, folks? How many examples have I given you throughout these videos about your next door neighbor, the average person next to you who's not like you? The best of you are having a type of mindset where you're realizing that you're living in a world with these types of people that want to watch you. They don't have anything to do with their lives. And I was so uncomfortable for a moment, because what would you do, folks? Are you going to approach me? What is your reasoning for standing there staring at me? You're not even going where you need to go. You literally could not go where you were going just to stand there and stare at me. I'm not doing anything to you. But I'm trying to show you, folks, these people are commandeered. This is the bigger fight. Now we're getting to the good part, because we're talking about reasoning. What's commandeering you to these lower energies of your empty house vessels that take you over, that make you do the things that you do, folks? I want you to really process why things are the way they are, right? It seems a lot of people on social media these days don't believe that the Most High intervenes in all things, because he is all things, folks. Somehow, because he's everywhere, you reason that he's not capable of intervening in your reality when he is your reality. So you do all the things you do in this world, and you hurt people and you suppress others because you think that there's no way that you have to pay for these things. The average one of you buy into this thing because you're a dysfunctional man like that person. And you go along with things because you're flying monkeys, and when you're in these workplaces, you do the same things. You stare people down, you stalk people. Because you're in a low place. This is what the bigger fight is all about, folks. That lower place thing. That lower place thing is the reason why we have wars and conflict. All of this unnecessary stuff that humans do. Now, somehow, you don't think that the Most High is important enough to be the supreme governor of your affairs, and that he doesn't supremely rule and control all things because he is all things. So you reason. If he's everywhere, then how can he intervene? Is what you said. Some of you on these online things you do. First of all, I need you guys to understand that high reality caretakes your real actual reality that you're living in right now. This is just an experience, folks. You'll pass on to other things. Those other things are all relative to the Most High, and it's about vibration. Only he can keep you in the heavenly vibrations, folks. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? Only he can keep you in the heavenly vibrations. So when you think about why people do the things they do, you know, lack of reasoning, fucking craziness, foolishness every day that you look at. Some of you are entertained by these things. You know, you're not thinking about a reckoning. It's not important to you. You can do what you want, and you suppress others with your free will. And you don't understand the bigger reasoning of humility. The Most High shows all things humility. But if you don't believe that there are other things, there are other realities and consciousnesses that exist beyond your understanding, what is their purpose, folks? If the Most High has blessed you with a reality, an existence, a life to live in, there's an experience behind this, right? You're experiencing something. But what is it for? It's for a purpose. It's for learning something. It's for elevation. You guys have not elevated, and you don't know anything. You're just dumb. So the basic point that I need you guys to understand is that lower intelligence, the fucking foolishness of people in their minds and the stuff that they do, the lower natures. From a young child to being a grown man, I have seen these people in my life. I know that they are the cause of all of the things that go on in society because of their lower intelligence. So when I call you fucking fools, you are fucking fools in every way. I witness you be fools. Right? Your lower vibrated natures of who you are why you do the things you do. You're stupid. You know? I'm tired of seeing this. But you sit here and you talk about having a right to believe in what the Most High, you know, and your interpretations of what you think the Most High is, and you speak on him in terms of it, and higher divinity in terms of it, not realizing that it is providing for you with free will. Why is that important to you as humans? Because you breathe air, right? You need all of these things to sustain this material reality for this lesson. If you don't have an appreciation to what the Most High has created, then you don't really know your connection to the Most High, which is all things. It is a fact, folks. So you're told you can do what the hell you want to do without equating the idea of higher divinity, which is real. And you have to equate this to things. If you're reasoning this, you have to equate that higher reality is real. You understand what I'm saying to you? So if you have your own free will to do what you want and to not give praise to the Most High because you've reasoned that you can enjoy this experience the way you want to experience it, then you don't understand what your purpose is. He has created all things. You are created for this experience to give him the praise, folks. Who are you to scoff at such things when he is the force of your life? So the very people who lead you over these cliffs that will take you to the hellish worlds, that tell you that you can do what you want, or reason that the Most High is not real and this is just something just sitting here. You know, Mother Earth is not real. It's important for you to realize that the things you're doing in this society, right? You're pillaging, you're suppressing other humans using her. With her free will, she does not have to go along with that. But see, if that component of this whole understanding is left out for you in your education, that's why you're ignorant. You're ignorant when you speak of the great sun as if he's an it. You're ignorant when you speak of the great moon goddess as if she's an it, or Mother Earth herself, whom I know, folks. When I hear any of you people who have followings who think you're great and that you're knowledgeable, you're fools. You're all fucking fools to me. Fact. The Most High is real, folks. Fact. He does intervene in your lives, folks, at all times. Fact. Your purpose of being here is to rise and elevate in your consciousness, folks. You will always exist because the Most High is all things. However, where your consciousness vibrates is the most important issue for you. In the society you live in, when you uplift the things of society, when you run along with the lower energies and the lower people in society that seem to suppress other people, you're being given things by these people. You're not credible at all. When you say things that negate or discount the greatness of the Most High, and the purpose of you being here and existing in this reality is to give him praise only for that reason, folks. When you realize and hold on to him, there's no need for you to covet money and all of the things you covet, right? Is the purpose of me talking to you guys for advancing myself with a following, or is it the purpose of elevating those of you with the vibration, right? To wake each other up, folks. The Most High is real, folks. He is the breath of all things. He is the breath of your soul. Number one, in every talk, we have to put that in because that is all relative to your behavior. For the best of you, you get this, what I'm saying. You want to be the best you can be. But you have many people who have trivial minds, lower natures, satisfied by within the dealing with the lower rungs of society, not elevating. Doing all of the things for self-gratification. The worst of you have created the conditions that will bring the reckoning. Because of your free will, it feels so good you don't want to let these things go. You understand? You are blessed to live in this material reality, to have a life in your consciousness that the Most High has provided for you. To not give him praise, right, is to dishonor that whole reality that you live in. The beings who make that reality possible are doing it as a duty for him. So all things you do should be as a duty to him, to find him, folks, in your hearts. When you do that and hold on to him, you raise your vibration. You live in a better reality. Any of the pain you feel does not have to exist because you create the pain for yourselves, folks. The fucking foolishness of why people do everything they do and act in certain ways, there's something wrong with these people. I sat here and stared at a complete stranger, not too long ago. For what? Were they doing it because my presence was so great for their enlightenment, or were they just trying to find some sensationalized situation? What am I doing? Am I recording something? What? And this is how the trivial-minded person, lives their lives. You want to idealize God in a way that he's just some abstract thing, folks. But the whole purpose of you being here is to grab onto him, because that is your higher salvation. To talk about propaganda in heavenly worlds is ridiculous when you know that this is not the only reality. For those of you who are leading flocks, who are trying to lead those flocks over the cliff so they won't find their higher reality that's connected to the Most High, that you know is. But that's because you're not with the Most High. See, that's what this is all about, folks, when I talk about propaganda. I have nothing to gain in this other than you getting enlightened, other than the great ones, the greatest of you, the greatest of you realizing that you can achieve everything through God, folks. He is the Most High, right? He is the reason for your reality and your existence. You understand? The great ones, is what I was saying, are doing duties for you. I mean, doing duties for the Most High. They're doing duties for you, but for the Most High. They're not being paid a paycheck, right? And they're showing you humility. If you're not even appreciating that. That humility would have you not charging other people and stealing power from the great ones and suppressing other people, because you would know holding on to the Most High would deliver you to this thing. Okay? So I'm troubled with that. You folks are going over to my website, thinkbehavior.info. Pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. I do love bad behavior, but I understand that too many of y'all like bad behavior so much that y'all just enjoy it. Whatever way that comes. It's become the norm in society. Bad behavior. And it's just like watching a train wreck, like I said. You have all of these people leading these flocks, telling them they can do what they want, telling them that, speaking of the Most High as if he's just some abstract thing that they can do if they feel like it. If not, they can do something else. What's that something else? Go over the cliff. You people put your strength and all of your trust into man. Even those people. The almighty dollar, right? Yeah. You folks going over to my website, thinkbehavior.info. Like I said, you guys have a great evening, and we'll be talking soon. Maybe I'll follow this video up, but I just want you guys to think about that. Every time we do a video, I'm going to ask you to think about something. At this point, what is my purpose of doing this? My purpose of doing videos is to enlighten you guys, to wake up the people who have the vibration. Remember, many of you are not going to ever get to this place. You're part of the bigger lot that will be destroyed, folks, for those reasons. And you'll know the Most High is real when that day comes, folks. Fact. Y'all have a good night.